Hello. Welcome to Saturday Morning DOOGER. We found Sam's medication. Yay. His back stuff. What kind of music do we want to put on for the B ground? Just pick something random here. Hello, everybody. Hope you're feeling better. I am. I've been feeling okay for the last couple of days. Sam, in classic Sam fashion, whatever it was that's been going on with him has now caused like pretty awful migraine type shit. A classic for Sam. Clark is bouncing off the walls, very happy, so. Hi. I know, poor Sam. Sam gets migraines very easily, for any of you guys who don't know that. But hello. Welcome. This is my first stream ever. Well, welcome. Sam has the worst luck. Yeah, he just, you know. Unfortunately, he's very prone to migraines. Typically, if everybody in the house gets sick, he's the last one to get sick, but it hits him the hardest, which it was absolutely true with this both ends bug, as you guys were saying, some of you call it. My coworker gets bad migraines sometimes for days, and I can tell it's a huge pain. Yeah. My cousin is 6'4" and also gets migraines easily. Coincidence? The boba probably didn't help either. With his headache? I don't think the boba mattered when it came to the headache. The boba was okay for his tummy. He was okay, like, food-wise. He didn't eat a ton, but he was able to eat. It's all in the attitude. So, I have a no migraines attitude. Is that what you mean? Or the altitude. I thought that's an attitude, and I was like, I don't think that's true. I get it now. Because he's tall. I get it. Thank you so much for all the gifted subs, resubs, all of that sort of stuff that's going on right now. I appreciate it. I get migraines and I'm short. Yeah, I have family members who get migraines and are short. I don't think that height matters. Yeah, so side note, on Tuesday of next week, the teas are finally coming back. Yay! I've been talking with the team quite a bit about trying to slowly move us toward having much more eco-friendly packaging for everything at Dodger Coffee. So the first one that we were able to find like a really good option for was teas. So as we were working to like relaunch the teas, we were like, we should definitely do this new packaging. I have it back there so I can show it to you as well. But yeah, so the one that you will notice, which is one of my faves, so I'm really bummed right now. One that you will notice is not going to be back in there right away, at least, is the coconut ginger green, which is one of my favorite teas that I've ever had in my life. Unfortunately, the group that we were getting it from, the relationship wasn't like super working out. So we are trying to find something similar enough that I feel comfortable putting it in the store. But just as a heads up, it won't be the exact same thing if we find something similar enough, unfortunately. But we do have the watermelon oolong back, which I love. Is one of my favorite teas ever. We have a new raspberry honey. I'll just grab them. And then like a masala style chai. But Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, the English breakfast, same as it's always been, but the containers are now a paper container. So they're compostable or whatever it is that you do to recycle paper. Yeah, they're really nice. You can reuse them. They're very cute. So English breakfast and the watermelon oolong, which for those of you who are saying you're really excited to try this, we did this as a seasonal tea. Maybe the second year, like the first year that we did tea, the first summer that we were doing tea, something like that. And I loved it. And so we decided to just bring it back. I believe permanently. I'm pushing for permanently. But I love the watermelon oolong. I think it's so good. And then, yeah, we have a spiced like masala style chai. For anybody who's curious what things are in this, because it can vary, obviously. But the black tea, ginger, cardamom, clove, cinnamon, star anise, black pepper, and fenugreek. So I really liked this one as well. And then raspberry honey, which you guys will know I normally don't like fruity teas. So they sent me a few and I was like, raspberry honey, I don't know about that. It's not super sweet, oddly enough. It has a really, really nice flavor. So I'm really, really happy with this one as well. It's funny because Sam, we've talked about Sam doing his own line of teas with Dodger Coffee before, which I think would be amazing. He even came up with an incredible name for it. But he tends to really like sweet teas, and I don't. So we've been like, well, maybe we'll do a line of sweeter, fruitier teas that are like a Sam line of teas. But these are the teas that are coming back into the store. Again, the coconut ginger green is not going to be there right away. We are trying to find a replacement. So yeah. Yeah, because for some people, like fruitier, sweeter teas, that's what you want. That's what you like. I just always go for more like earthier, kind of spicier teas. That's what I always tend to love. So yeah, I really like the packaging as well. I think the way that they redesigned the stickers are really nice. So I'm very happy with them. Oh, and it smells amazing. So yeah, that'll be on Tuesday that those go back up. It's loose. It's loose leaf tea, yeah. I drink bitter tea and then make it sweet with lots of milk and sugar. That also works. Yeah, for those of you who are like, I totally forgot that it was Saturday. So I had originally named this Coffee Time. The teas are back in town. And I think it was Avi was like, but it's Saturday. And I was like, yes, it is Saturday, isn't it? That's right, it is Saturday. So, there you go. Yeah, a Saturday morning coffee DOOGER time. Days all blend together, don't they? Yes, our teas ship anywhere. Everything that's in our store, we will ship anywhere. You just, you'll need to go onto the website and put things into the cart in order to see what the shipping will be, because depending on what country you're in, it'll be, you know, potentially a lot of shipping. So we've gotten it as low as we can. David has worked his butt off to get shipping as low as he can. If one day we're ever able to get a good deal with a shipping company so that it can be even lower, that would be amazing. But we've worked really, really hard to get it as low as possible with as small of a company as we are. So unfortunately, shipping food is just a whole kind of beast. How much does that weigh? 2 ounces. Why am I doing this? I can hear the sea. 56 grams of watermelon oolong daytime tea. Yeah, we've been doing tea for a long time. But it was out of the store for a little while we were kind of making some changes and things. So they're now back in. You could hear, you know, you can ever so slightly through the packaging. You can smell them now. I need to restock on the watermelon tea. This one. Yeah. We need a shaky shake review of each tea. Okay, we'll shake each one individually. Let's see. Okay, so that's the English breakfast. It sounds like not as many, like, because, you know, it's a black tea. It doesn't sound like there's as many kind of like bigger or variety of sizes of things in there. It's a fairly straightforward blend, right? The watermelon oolong. There's some stuff in there, right? This is a chunkus tea. There's some bigger things, some smaller things, you know? I sniff it every time I pick it up. The raspberry honey. Kind of in the middle. This is another one that's a bit softer, like the English breakfast, but it has a bit of girth to it. You know? My toddler is loving this content. This is just for you. And then the spiced chai. Ooh, the softest of all. Fascinating. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fascinating. This is the softest of them all. You could turn into a band if you got all 4 of these. Did I hear chai? Yeah, we've added a spiced kind of masala style chai. So I'll read this off again for anybody who's curious, because again, like, chais can vary in terms of what spices are in them, but this one is the black tea, obviously. Ginger, cardamom, clove, cinnamon, star anise, black pepper, and fenugreek. I know. I'm also surprised. I also thought the spiced chai would have, like, more thick action going on through there. What's your favorite way to make each tea? Watermelon oolong I drink straight. This like has the perfect amount with the dehydrated. There's like little dehydrated watermelon chunks in this. It adds like just the perfect amount of sweetness, so it has that really interesting oolong like earthy flavor, and then the kind of like candy-ish element of the watermelon is so good. English breakfast we typically do with sugar and milk because I live in England. Raspberry honey I drink plain with nothing in it. Chais, normally when I have them, I'll put like they can sometimes taste really interesting with milk, but also with like different sort of flavored syrups, like a vanilla syrup or something is really great. I'm biased, but I think they're all good on their own. It's just if you dehydrate watermelon, does it just become melon? These are the real questions. This is the real shit. These are, yeah, all of these you can find at DOOGERcoffeeco.com on Tuesday. They're not live on the website yet, but they've been announced, and hilariously, I've had them in my background right there for a couple of days. So there you go. Well, I mean, the camera hasn't really shown that shelf. If anything, it's shown like a little bit. So if somebody like really cared, they might be like, what's that sliver of white going on that shelf? But are those books on the top of the bookcase or DVDs? On this shelf, those are DVDs and games. Pan, zoom, rotate, derotate. I'm so excited for Misdemeanor tonight. I'm so excited. The last episode was so wild. No spoilers, but I'm very jazzed to play again tonight. I thought yesterday at a certain point, I thought that it was Saturday, yesterday, and I was like, do I have Misdemeanor tonight? You should resume video game reviews. I never really did video game reviews, though. I did the news show. I never really reviewed games, though. On co-optional, I guess. I'm not caught up. Stop watching Saturday Morning DOOGER. Go watch. I was also sweating last episode. Oh, I'm the wrong person to ask about Evangelion. I don't really care about Evangelion all that much. I appreciate that it's done a lot for like anime and anime culture and all of that sort of stuff. Evangelion and I never like super got along. So much work. I just managed to catch up with Godforged. Yo! Amazing. Look, if any of you guys watch any of the shows that I'm on, I think that's amazing. So thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying, whether you're enjoying one of them, two of them, whatever it is. Y'all are lovely. Thank you. Godforged is 10 out of 10. I say it every time anyone mentions the show, but I honestly love it. I'm so glad. Oh, that's so sweet. I've tried watching Evangelion many times, never successfully. So I've read the whole manga. And the manga was alright. And then I've watched... Honestly, I don't know like which version of the Evangelion anime, like which, because it's been like done a couple times, right? I've watched it and I was like, okay. But I have many people in my life that are like so into it, so in love with it. Do you have a top list of anime and manga? Not really. If you wanted to know again, these are my favorites. I feel like I always have to say this. These are my favorites. It does not mean that I think that they are the best or like the most well executed or anything like that. If I was going to say that I have a favorite anime, it would be Samurai Champloo. I just love it. I don't know why. I just adore it. And my favorite manga is Vinland Saga. My favorite horror manga is Uzumaki. My favorite romance manga, Densha Otoko, is fantastic. I also love My Love Story. Other anime that I adore, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think is like one of the best longer form anime ever made. Who's your favorite anime character with a mustache? Oh my god, that's such a good question. I'm trying to think of everyone who has a mustache. The only one, because I just mentioned Full Metal Alchemist, I'm like, well, there's Armstrong. And that's it. And he's the only one with a mustache that matters, I guess. I finally watched Ore Monogatari recently. It was so much better than I expected. Isn't it? You don't expect it. I agree with that. I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. I think the anime and the manga both are fantastic. But it's just so sweet. It's just so sweet. Hercule, not on the list. No, not on the list. The Boiler Man from Spirited Away. Oh my god. What a reference. Guys, oh my god. I need us all to just... I might be jinxing by mentioning this, but Clark slept last night without waking up. So there have been days where she has woken up like around 7, but she like woke up a couple of times in the middle of the night, right? Last night, slept from 8 o'clock, fell asleep at 8, woke up at 7. Did not wake up at all in the middle of the night. Shocked. Literally, Sam came to bed and I was like, what if something happened? What if she's not okay? And he was like, honey, she's fine. And I was like, what if she's not though? Like, this is so weird. This never happens. Like it did when she used the pacifier. She slept through the night almost always with the pacifier, but not in recent memory, right? It's been quite a while since then. So, although I know that most of the places where I looked up, like, how long did it take your kid to get to, like, have a more comfortable sleep after losing the pacifier, most people were like, 4+ months. And I was like, what the fuck? But we're, like, a couple months in now, aren't we? Like, 2 or 3 months. What time is it in America? No idea. I would have to count backwards. 8 months, 8 hours. But yeah, she slept all the way through the night. It was wild. And now I'm like, is it too much for me to hope that she'll do it again? Is it too much for me to hope she'll do it again? Somebody was like, why didn't you mention Yu Yu Hakusho? I still love Yu Yu Hakusho as a whole, as like a complete package. It's difficult for me to watch Yu Yu Hakusho like from start to finish. But yeah, growing up, Yu Yu Hakusho was my absolute favorite. I was such a huge fan for it. I bought the frickin' Chinese dubs, like all kinds. It's just wild. But like, I adored it. Going back now and trying to watch it, it's really obvious, like, the pacing issues in Yu Yu Hakusho and the moments where he was like, maybe I want this to be a completely different story. The retconning that happens with characters, like, there's just stuff like that that bothers me now. But there are tournament arcs that are just so fantastic. That I love now. So I'll watch tournament arcs on their own. Are you looking forward to Komi Can't Communicate, the anime? Yeah, I am curious to see how that goes. Oh, Hiei, of course. Hiei gave me angry short person confidence that I never had before. It is. It's my favorite horror manga, Uzumaki. I like Yu Yu Hakusho, but I can't stand Hunter x Hunter. Interesting. Man, most people feel like if they watch Yu Yu Hakusho and then watch Hunter x Hunter, they're like, wow, he is like really grown. When it comes to storytelling, I think that there's a lot of growth that you can see in Hunter x Hunter. But if you don't like Hunter x Hunter on the merit of like the story itself, then there's nothing you can do about that. But in terms of like storytelling, I think Hunter x Hunter is way stronger than Yu Yu Hakusho, as much as I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, it's the same dude. He's married to the mangaka for Sailor Moon. They're adorable. I just hate Gone Don't Hurt Me. If it helps, somebody else also said that earlier on in chat. You like my hair? Thank you very much. My daughter put a clip in it, so. I have occasionally like caught up with the Boku no Hero manga. I reached an arc. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil people, but I reached an arc in the manga that I thought was kind of boring, and I haven't picked it back up since then. And we're coming up on it in the anime now, I think. So we've like gotten into stuff that either I don't remember super well or I just haven't really read. So you need to read it more. Well, here's the thing is my significant other does not read it, and it honestly is really fun to watch the anime together and be like, and for me to be like, I honestly don't remember what happens here. Like, so part of me is like, it is really fun to not know and to like both experience that at the same time. But I follow a lot of people who post Boku no Hero content, so I know like, I wouldn't say that I'm getting spoiled. They're normally pretty good about not spoiling things, but I know that interesting stuff is happening right now. So I'm like, man, I want to know. It's going to take us forever to get there. I get vibes, exactly. I get vibes. And obviously there are some characters that I adore, and if somebody's like, man, this latest chapter with so-and-so, I'm like, what'd they do? Don't tell me, but what did they do? Don't tell me, but what's going on? So, yeah, that's me with Boku no Hero shit. Is reading anime better than watching? It totally depends on you, and it also depends on the individual anime/manga. So, like, there are some situations where the manga is way better than the anime. There are some situations where the anime is way better than the manga. I would say, like, a lot of sports anime winds up being better than its manga version, because sometimes sports manga is really hard to follow. It's the same with fighting stuff. Like, it has to be a really talented mangaka for you to like really easily follow the flow of combat, and sometimes just seeing it animated is better. on the merit of like the story and how the story progresses. That kind of is entirely up to whoever is turning it into an anime, whether or not they improve upon it or follow it exactly or try to compact it a bit more because they only have 13 episodes. Like, you never really know. But there's also just like, for you as an individual, do you find it easy to read manga? Some people don't. Some people really just don't enjoy reading manga. So Attack on Titan anime better than the manga? 100%. I've gotten in trouble before for saying that I think that the art in Attack on Titan is pretty mediocre, so I'm not gonna say it. But, you know, you can't argue with the fact that it was very consistent, and it definitely improved over time, but, like, there are a lot of pacing issues with the manga. It gets really confusing sometimes. It's really hard to follow. The anime fixes a lot of that, so. Hi, Jossum! Sorry. Clark just yelled a thing at Sam, and I don't think you guys could hear it, but it's really funny to hear. Contorora, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Ugh. Good thing I'm too polite to comment on anime. I would be in lots of trouble. Yeah. It turns out that twitter.com is not a good place to make a saucy tweet about anything ever. Unless you want people to try and fight you. Twitter.com is just not a good thing, period, dude. How'd you find Boyfriend Dungeon yesterday? I really enjoyed it. I think that it's definitely a dating sim that has a roguelite kind of popped in there. It is much more dating sim than it is roguelite. The roguelite part is fun. It's really, the idea of it is that the closer you get with a sword. So for any of you who don't know, Boyfriend Dungeon is a game that just came out. I've been following for a long time. And you fight in dungeons with weapons, but the weapons are people. And there are some people in it's modern day. There are some people that are able to transform into weapons, Soul Eater style. And so there are wielders and there are weapons. So we are playing a wielder who has never been on a date and has a really hard time making friends and has a lot of anxiety. And so we move out to a new town and our cousin is like, hey, I'm going to help you like find a partner, find a friend, like whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is you want. I'm going to help you do that. Right. And, so the like dungeon element is you kind of like facing your fears basically. The idea is that the closer you get with a weapon, so the more like dates you go on, the more like tender moments you have with them, the more fun it is to fight with them basically. Like it's kind of like simplifying it, but fighting with all of the weapons at the start is really basic. It's like stab, 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 right? But the closer you get with them, you unlock like passive or whatever. One of the weapons gets bleed right away. So if you finish a combo on something, then it has a dot on it, right? That kind of stuff. So yeah, they are definitely like, you can't have one without the other, I would say. It can't just be a dating sim because the mechanics of the dating sim are completely dependent on you like using the weapon and getting closer to them through like you tackling your own issues with that weapon, right? But But yeah, it's much more dating sim than it is roguelite, but I do think it's very fun. Are they medieval weapons in a modern setting? So everybody in the game is modern. It is unclear to me at this point in the game whether or not some of the weapons that you're interacting with are old. It seems like some of them might have been around for a really long time. I can't quite tell you, and don't spoil me on it. But they are like one of them is literally like a lightsaber. So it's not all like old weapons, right? One of them's a katana, one of them is a dagger, but one of them is literally a lightsaber. So right, that's true. Lightsabers are from a long, long time ago in a completely separate galaxy, so I've heard. No real ass gun. I don't know. I haven't found all the weapons yet. And I'm not looking shit up. I don't want to know. So we've unlocked, I think, 5 weapons at this point. But there's a mystery going on. Why are you finding all of these weapons? Interesting things. Oh, thank you, Jossum. I love that Octo is in there. Oh my god, thank you for reminding me. I messaged Octo yesterday. So, oh gosh, this is like kind of a spoiler. I'm gonna spoiler finger for anybody who doesn't want to know about what happened on Boyfriend Dungeon yesterday, or about Octo's character in Boyfriend Dungeon. Mute until my finger goes down. Okay, so I messaged Octo yesterday. I said, hi, I met your character in Boyfriend Dungeon. I ghosted him immediately. I'm sorry, there were too many red flags. And Octo said, he sucks, don't worry. He said, it's funny, I know how shitty he is, but people really hate him. All of the tweets I've seen about him say, I hope he dies. I hope it means I did a really good job making him awful. I was like, we were so excited to hear your voice. And then I said, oh no, your character and Sungwon's character are the 2 people I've left on raid. So he knows that his character sucks. There we go. Want there to be a weapon called Albert the Halbert? I don't think there is, but if there is, I'll hit you up, Rickerdoodles. Yeah, it was very cute. I miss Octo, man. I miss Octo a lot. Hello. Good afternoon from where I'm at. Love the stream, love the variety. A bam. Thank you very much. I was gonna do some makeup today, but it didn't happen, so. Bye, projected monkey. Have a good night. I consider it morning if I woke up recently. For me, it's still morning. Fair. Has everyone gotten over the virus? Clarky's totally fine. I'm pretty much fine at this point. Sam can eat pretty much anything that he wants, but he's eating like small amounts of everything, you know? So. Hello, Mario. Jossum, thank you for the gifted subs. That's very sweet. If you were gifted a sub by Jossum or anyone else, please double check who it is. Take the time to say thank you. It's very nice. You guys had the virus. Not the virus. not the corona. No, we had like a little both ends bug. It's the best term. Since you guys told me that term, it's the best one. We had a both ends bug. So Clarky came back from preschool with it. Classic. Clarky came back from preschool with it, and then a couple days went by and we were fine, but then I got it on Wednesday morning. It hit me pretty hard, and I had it all day Wednesday, and on Thursday my stomach still hurt, but I was able to eat just fine. Sam fought it for like a day and a half, and then but he didn't really say anything about it. He had a stomach ache, I guess, like Tuesday afternoon, and was like, oof, hopefully it's just a stomach ache. And then he had a stomach ache all day Wednesday, and then finally just hit him really badly. So he's been pretty bad all day Thursday, all day Friday. Yesterday night he was able to eat just fine. So yeah, and then Sam looked it up and he was like, apparently this sort of shit can just live on fabric and linens for like 10 days. So we frantically like took apart all of the linens, like took apart all of the beds. Fortunately, our couch is like a modular couch with removable everything. So washed the whole couch, washed everything. Chris, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very glad that we staggered, that I was out of commission Wednesday and then he was out of commission Thursday. If we were both in a bad way, especially because Clark was fully over it and so bored. Just like, what are we doing? Can we play? Like, thank God that we both weren't like horrific on the same day. Clark literally smacking both your heads. She really wanted to watch today when we were having lunch. She asked to watch Secret Life of Pets 2. And I was like, okay, I've never seen it before. So we watched it and it was pretty cute. There's a scene where one of the cats like gets up onto its owner and just like bats at her face for a really long time. And I was like, that's what Sherlock does to me. And Clark looked at me so concerned and was like, Sherlock hits you? And I was like, oh, well, sometimes cats, when they wake up, they just want to eat right away. And so sometimes Sherlock in the morning will come in and he'll stand on me and he'll try to get my attention and get me to wake up to feed him, even if it's like too early. But she looked so concerned, like, what? He hits you? That's not nice. Speaking of pets, I woke up today with determination in my heart to like spoil my pets, because I feel like there's some things that I've wanted to get them for a while and I haven't gotten them since we moved. We used to have like a little cat waterfall at our old place, and I hadn't gotten one since we moved. Just like little stuff like that, and like I've talked about getting them, you know, the like ID chip bowls and all that sort of stuff. And I woke up this morning and I was like, it's time. Also, Watson has had her like skin issue and all of that, so I got her like a supplement to put into her food and all kinds of stuff. I also bought plans for a coop, like a movable coop. I was like, am I gonna build this? I don't know, but it's $5 for the plan, and everybody says it's really easy to follow the plans, so I'm just gonna get the plans and we'll just see. You're collecting more projects. Well, people keep talking about like other animals, and I always say something along the lines of like, you know, I don't want to get another animal unless I know that the animals I do have are like incredibly well taken care of. Like, you can passively take care of a pet, right? But I want to know that like all of my pets have every need met, are just like so happy. And I don't know that I can necessarily say that currently, right? Like I think obviously my chickens would love to have a bit more space. You know, I have a cat with like a skin thing that doesn't ever fully go away because it might be allergy related and all kinds of stuff like that. And so, yeah. So I was like, maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll just really pamper my pets because they deserve it. They really do. My sweethearts. My sweethearts. Clark hates when I do that. So Danny Dog's dad in Peppa Pig he sails across the world and then he comes back like halfway through season 2 or something. And he's like, I'm done sailing. You know, I missed you both too much. My sweethearts, my, you know, mommy dog and Danny, I missed you so much. I'm never leaving again. Right. Very cute. And so the constant goof with him is every time he's on a ship, he starts to get ready to like go on a voyage. And Danny has to remind him like, Daddy, you said you're not going to leave again. And he goes, oh, that's right. I did say that, didn't I? But yeah, he yars, right? He like talks like that. And when he talks about his family, he says, my sweethearts. And so when I say sweethearts, sometimes I follow it up with my sweethearts, and she hates it. It's purely for me. It's not for her. It makes me laugh. She doesn't like it. She goes, stop talking in that voice. And I go, no. Oh, goodness. What's Clark's favorite Dodger voice? She likes this one a lot. There are a lot of like characters, like toys that she has that I give this voice to, so I think that she really enjoys this one a lot. How many cats does your zoo sister have? Nancy? Nancy has one cat. Eddie. They got him from a hoarder house. So when I first met Eddie, he was like, Nancy is the only person for me. Everybody else can get fucked. I hate everyone. And is now, I've been in the family long enough that he's now old enough and knows me well enough that he's super chill. Obviously they've done like a lot of work like socializing him and making him feel comfortable and happy and stuff as well, but like it's wonderful. Yeah, he was so anxious when I first met him, and now he's so sweet. But I think Sam's Nan sometimes forgets, like she still considers him to be like a cat that's potentially going to swipe at you. So sometimes when Clark gets close to him, people in the family will be, not people in the family, but like people like Nan will go, oh, be careful. He might swipe at you. He never ever has. He's never swiped at Clark. He's totally chill with Clark. This was a situation that specifically happened when we went to take care of all of Nancy's animals, and the person who was watching the house was Sam's Nan, so Clark's great grandma, aka Gina, which is very cute. And yeah, she was like, be careful around Eddie. And Eddie was just like, I'm just trying to nap. I remember from a Vlogmas that Sam's family has a small, adorable dog. Yeah, Yeah, they have 2 dogs. Sam, when their family Mastiff passed away, Sam got Mom another French Mastiff named Mabel, and she is the sweetest dog in the world. She's so big and so sweet and so cute. The last one was not really socialized very well, and so he adored the family, but no one else could go near him. So like if I was it didn't matter how long I was in the family. If I was over, he had to be like put somewhere, which is not very fair to him, right? But couldn't have him like hurting somebody. So yeah, they were really determined, like, if we're gonna have another big dog, we need to make sure that it meets a lot of people, that you know, we do a lot of work with it to be chill with people. And she's so sweet. And Nellie is the Dachshund. Yeah, Nellie is a little ball of anxiety. I think a lot of smaller dogs tend to be, but she constantly looks worried about everything. Poor thing. What's the name of the sweet cat we saw in the Vlogmas a few years back? Probably Beatrice. Beatrice has passed away at this point. She was very old, but she was like such a sweet cat. I remember she was timid in the video. The dog, that is. Yeah. Yeah. Sherlock loves people. Because he's realized, like, most people will pet him. And he loves getting pet. So he loves people, but in terms of, like, who he wants to just, like, be around, he wants to be around me a lot. Watson doesn't really want to be around anybody. She kind of just wants to do her own thing. And generally has gotten a lot better about people. She used to just hide in the house anytime somebody was around that she didn't like, that wasn't me or Sam or Clark. But even before we moved, she had started to get a little bit better about that. So... is Watson still in her cuddly phase that she's been in recently? She's doing a lot of... This is one of the reasons that I was like, I'm going to get her some kind of a supplement to put in her food and see if that helps. She's been doing this thing a lot recently where, like, she'll suddenly need to rub up against you. Like, she'll, like, rub all over you. And you could be like, oh, that's very sweet. But to me, it reads as she's itchy. So... it sucks because even before we moved here, when it would get treated, it would just come back right away. So I'm kind of like willing to look into other potential things to try and like make her skin more healthy, or like help with dryness, or like whatever it is that that's like causing it, because they were basically like, it's probably an allergy, but we don't know what it's an allergy to, and you can do an allergy test, but they're not very reliable. So I was hoping when we moved that it would just go away, because whatever she was allergic to wouldn't be in the air anymore, but she still has it and it flares up occasionally. So I'm like, if there's something extra I can do to help with this so that it's not like coming back every like couple of months, that would be great. But anyways. Yeah. Good call, Arner. I'm realizing this conversation is like opening the door for people to be like, have you tried X, Y, or Z with your pet? Hi, Marianne. Invicta. How are you, dude? Are there animals that are allergic to humans? I believe so. People always bring that up. Anytime I talk about this, they're like, she's probably allergic to humans, which I guess could be a thing. That'd be so unfortunate. It would be, wouldn't it? It would be very unfortunate. I'm also allergic to humans. What a coincidence. What a coinky dink. I came into this conversation late and I thought we were talking about Clark for a second. Yeah, Clark's allergic to humans. We're trying to figure out what the fuck to do about that. Yeah. For anybody who's shown up in the past a little bit, just as a side note, in case you didn't see the announcement, teas are coming back into the Dodger Coffee store on Tuesday. We've got a couple new ones. We've got a spiced like masala style chai and raspberry honey. We're very excited about them. It's more eco-friendly packaging, so keep an eye out for it. We're also gonna do like a launch stream for it on Tuesday, so we'll talk about it more on the actual day. And they all shake differently. We tried. We tested them all out. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out what to make today to eat, because I have one person with a sensitive stomach and I've got another person who has decided that she only ever wants to eat pasta. This is her new stage. Today she like found a bag of walnuts and was like, "Mommy, can I have some walnuts?" And I was like, "Sure. Yeah, nuts have got great stuff. Absolutely. You can eat some walnuts. I'll make some eggs." She was like, "Okay." Because Lord knows we've got plenty of eggs. So I made her eggs while she ate walnuts. And when I came back over, I was like, "Did you eat half a bag of walnuts?" And she was like, "Yeah." So she really loves walnuts now, I guess. And then we found our cookie cutters because she was like, I was like, "Do you want it just as like," because I basically lately what I've been doing is I'll essentially make like an empty omelet. I'll just do like a big sheet of egg and then kind of like fold it up and chop it so that they're just like big pieces that she can pick up if she wants to eat it with her hands. So I was like, "Do you want it in triangles?" And she was like, "I want it in stars." It's like, okay, well, that's going to take a little bit of work. And then I remembered, oh, no, we have cookie cutters. So we went on a, deep, and while the egg was like cooling down rapidly, we went on a deep dive hunt in the house to find cookie cutters. And so she and I made a bunch of heart and star shaped eggs and put them on her plate. And then she was like, "Mommy, can I have walnuts on my plate?" I was like, "Are you not done with the walnuts?" She was like, "No." Like, okay, sure. You're gonna have more walnuts. Sure. Why not? So she had a bunch of eggs and walnuts. But like, if you ask her what she wants to eat, she'll almost always say spaghetti bolognese. Like, we can't have spaghetti bolognese every day, as much as I would love to, because I adore spaghetti bolognese. Like, we can't have spaghetti bolognese every day. So I promised her we would have some soon. Oh, if by that you mean pasta with lemon, she eats lemons, so that won't work either. Well, good try. Pack it in, everybody. Head on home. How does she say bolognese? Like that. She says spaghetti bolognese. Or depending on, because day to day, she's like really starting to learn the L noise, but sometimes it's spaghetti bolognese. So it depends. Yeah, or if you're in Sam's family, a spag bowl. Should we all have a spag bowl? Yes, Sir Chunks. Octo did Eric's voice. I'm here to sub and now it's time to sleep. Thank you for the 23 months. Get some sleep. Sungwon is also in that game, if you've recognized that voice so far. Yes, Eric is the voice of Octo. A little unconventional, but... Oh, I will admit, while I was trying to buy, you know, some nice things for my cats, I definitely impulse bought a tea kettle that looks like a mushroom. So, so there's that. I figured we're gonna be doing a tea stream on Tuesday, so so why not? It's even orange. It's moral colors. So it looks very cute. Yeah. It's glass. It's glass. And it's got the little insert to put the loose leaf in, and then the top is the mushroom cap. It's adorable. I would have my house completely decorated with mushrooms. Oh my god. Somebody did a video about the like Halloween/autumn stuff at Michael's right now, and one of them is a thing to hang on your door that's in the shape of a moon with little mushrooms growing out of it. And I was like, what the fuck? I want that. Do I have to make it? Do I have to make it? Because Lord knows there ain't a Michael's around here. Upset because it's so cute. You guys, if that's your aesthetic, please get it so that I can live through you. Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. I don't think... I would be shocked if they would ship stuff to England. Also, if they would ship stuff to England at a price that made any kind of fucking sense. Fine. Decor. I think it's gonna take me a while to find this. It's fine. Oh, for anybody who hasn't been here for a barricade stream before, I put this in front of the door if I don't trust my kid to show up with clothing on. So, it's a Clark alarm. It is not a Sam barricade, although it has worked on Sam before. He's gone to open the door and been like, what the fuck? Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. God damn it, Michaels. I used to really, man. I used to really love Michaels. I used to go to Michaels all the time. Literally just, I wonder, okay, hold on. Mushroom. Oh. Oh, nope. Mushroom wreath? No. There are mushroom glass beads, though, for anybody who wants those. Wreath? "34 pages of wreaths? Michaels, get a handle on yourself. What the fuck is this? Why are there so many pages of wreaths? I thought this would be an easy thing to scroll through, but it ain't. What the fuck? I give up for real this time. I think it's part of the Halloween line that isn't out yet. Then why do they have Halloween stuff up on the website? Oh, I guess there's yeah, you're right, actually. I guess there's stuff for the whole year that's just always online, because you can get Christmas, Easter, Father's Day, Hanukkah, Mardi Gras stuff. Oh my god, I gotta know what's in their Pride collection. Is this like big time rainbow washing, or is it actually fun? There's a cap, there's a trucker hat with a rainbow on it. So I'm sold. There's rainbow duct tape that's in the Pride section. Love it. Okay, I'm off of it. I'm off of it. I've closed the tab. I've closed the tab. I'm sorry. Does Jesse Cox have a Twitch? He do. The best deal on Twitch. So say he. Twitch.tv/Jessup Cox. It might change soon. Is that confirmed by the big man himself? Oh, he might be getting it changed soon. Get in on the deal while it's active. Damn. I know that he said like he wouldn't want to change it unless everybody who already subscribed, everybody who already got the deal got to keep it. How's your and Jesse's game going? It's slow. Game development is a slow process, and we've never developed games before. So we are learning while also developing, while, you know, trying to do our absolute best with it. We have a couple of different ideas that we're sort of working on at the same time. So yeah, there's a lot going on there. We might not have anything to really show for a while, but we're having a lot of fun with it, and we're still really excited about it, so. Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited. Are you going to play through it together when it comes out? I mean, we'll definitely promote it in one way or another, obviously. Whether we play it, I don't know. It depends on the game. As always, when people ask me a bunch of questions about the games that we're making and stuff like that, all I can say is, you know, when there's stuff to say officially, we will announce it and we'll say it. For right now, stuff is constantly in flux. There are things that we really wanted to get done that because of COVID and other things we weren't able to get done yet. So yeah, we're working on a lot of stuff. We're learning a lot of stuff. It's very fun. What's like my job with the game company? It depends on the game. My role is different depending on the project. So currently, like officially currently one of the owners of the game studio. We like to goss. I know, and I think for all of us, it's really fun that people are asking so many questions. It does create this feeling in us of like, if we don't create something fast enough, will people even care once we've made something? But I think we all agree that it's more important to make a good product. That's what we wanted to make. That's like a game that we think, you know, is really good. And take time with it than to like push something out and be like, see, we're a game studio. We did, it's a thing. So. But yeah, lots of different ideas, lots of different fun stuff that we're talking about doing. So. What's your favorite things to do besides collect mugs? I don't really collect mugs anymore, even. I love jigsaw puzzles. Currently, what do I do for fun? Not to make this like somber. I don't mean to, because I have been doing a lot better the last like couple of weeks, really. Just overall, I'm definitely like crawling my way out of a funk, so that's really nice. But I was watching a thing that was talking about like, what's the difference between being sad and being depressed? Because in the past, I've been like, I don't want to say that I'm going through like any kind of a depression, because, you know, I know so many people with depression, and it's, you know, it's something totally different from what's happening with me. And we were talking about the difference between like chronic depression versus like being depressed. Anyways, I watched a video where somebody was saying that the difference between being sad and being depressed is that when you're sad, typically the things that normally make you happy still make you happy, and when you're depressed, the things that would normally make you happy don't really make you happy. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, a few weeks ago, it was really, really difficult for me to find anything that was fun. You know? Like, no matter what it is that I tried to do, I was like, I don't really want to do this. And like, it was such an interesting difference to think about. But fortunately, recently, like, there are a lot of games that I've really been having fun with. I've been having a lot of fun like doing arts and crafts and stuff with my kid, and I've been really excited to like start this new jigsaw puzzle that Sam got me for my birthday. So I can tell that I'm like crawling out, you know? But yeah. So I guess currently Things that I enjoy doing. I like drawing a lot. I've been drawing a lot with my kid. I've been painting more than I ever have because Clark likes to paint. I've been dancing a lot more because Clark's super into dancing. It's so funny. There are so many things that like I don't really think about until I think like, well, what am I doing with Clark? Because I spend so much time with Clark. Clark's obsessed with dance right now, so she asks us to dance with her all the time. Yeah, big hugs to any of you guys who are going through with that. How was Puzzle Club? It was very fun. We didn't watch Great Mouse Detective, so we still need to get together and watch Great Mouse Detective because I'm determined now. But we did a bunch of Castlevania puzzles and it was great. Every season of Castlevania, Jeannie, Kristen, and I have gotten together and we've done puzzles of Castlevania screenshots. So we finally did Castlevania screenshots from season 4, and that was very fun. But yeah, it's fun. Can streamers go on sick leave and get compensated? How does that work? So some management companies will encourage you to take time off, and will like give you a certain amount of money for every day that you take off, up to a certain number of days. So like paid leave kind of an idea. Most streamers still won't take it because there's a lot of stress over time away from streaming, because unfortunately the statistics show that if you're away from streaming for a certain amount of time, you lose subscribers and you're kind of like out of the like immediate consciousness of the people who consistently would have watched you. Which is sad. I've fortunately been doing this long enough that and have done a big move and had a baby and all these sorts of things that I know that the numbers will generally even out for me. Even if they're low for a little while, they'll climb back up. Likewise, typically if they get higher for a little while, they'll probably come back down, but you know, I'm at a really nice number most of the time. Cannot complain. So I don't stress about it too much. A lot of people do. Sam definitely does, so. We stand stability. It is nice. Peripheral, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. If you were gifted a sub, make sure you take the time to say thank you. But yeah, not every management company offers that, but that is like a thing for some of them. Is Sam still called Yogscast Strippin'? No, he's been out of Yogscast for years and years, yeah. No stability, only upwards. Not in my experience, but that's okay. Again, I don't ever want to make it seem like I don't have like the consistent number that I tend to be at is a really nice number to be at. We have, you know, we tend to have between 1,000 and 2,000 people in here. That's a nice number for chat. I can usually read almost everything. Subscriber counts, normally we're between 3,000 and 4,000 subscribers, which is a great number of subscribers to have. Like, if that's the consistent number that I generally come back to, amazing. I can't complain about that. If one day we like blow up over something, I would just hope that it happened gradually enough that you know, that we didn't suddenly have like a big influx of people who sort of messed with the vibe of the community, as terrible as that sounds. But like, I think that we've worked really hard to establish a vibe here, that having a bunch of new people would be difficult, but we're a delicate ecosystem, yeah. We love a lurker. We love a lurker. Sachi, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I can't remember if I said thank you to you already, but I appreciate it. New people are stinky. I got it. New people aren't stinky. It's... I don't want to say that I, like, don't want to blow up, but, like, part of me would stress out over it a bit if for some reason we blew up. Kerrigan, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Telly taught us some streaming signs. So I know some of those now. We can do that for a BSL break. I can bring up the video that she made. You want to ease into getting bigger. Exactly. If I did something to earn a bunch of new viewership, that would be amazing. But I would want the numbers to climb slowly enough that people could come in, get a feel for what's going on here, and decide, like, this is a place I would love to stay in, versus a bunch of people showing up and not really understanding what the vibe is right away and having, like, a really, like, rocky period of, you know, trying to teach people, I guess. But yeah. You're already the biggest streamer I follow. Interesting. Well, thank you. A casual 1 million lurkers. 1 million lurkers strong here at twitch.tv/Dexbonus. I know, Co's mods work really hard. I can't even imagine having that many people. Yeah. What is the sign for rules? Because we know read. Rules. Interesting. So read the rules. Right? Read the rules. It's funny, I've heard similar thoughts from streamers with 50 people, 100 people, and 1,000 people. Yeah, I think sometimes it also depends on, like, how strict your chat is. One of the things that I love about streaming is that I feel really connected with my community. I recognize people in chat all the time. It feels more like a conversation, right? And if I lost that, if it felt like chat was busy enough that the conversation was sort of lost to me, or I couldn't keep up with it, that would bum me out. Dodger just needs to make a few hit songs. I made one! I made one! Where my viewers at? Marianne, I'm glad you knew which song I meant. Hold up. Hold on. No. No! I wanted it to be a surprise. I was going to go on to BRB and play that song, but what can you do? Now you all know. I'm going to grab some more coffee. We'll come back. I'm not going to run any ads during the BRB because we're going to run... Or, no, we'll run ads now, and then we'll do a BSL break, and we won't run ads, and then everybody can hang out for the BSL break. Okay? BRB!
Manga in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Manga in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke.
Yes, look in my eyes, Sharingan user in disguise. Give me an ninja, baby, I'm a pillage. I'm a renegade, so fuck the Leaf Village. Kakashi wanna hate when I roll. I'ma put his one-night ass in a hole. Some motherfuckers just wanna act lame. Fuck around and end up in the fucking black flame.
Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke.
You try to hide, but I see ya. No, you can't fuck with the Uchiha. Hide your daughters, hide your sons, for they get touched by the Sharingan. Somebody's popping pills, throw me a look and she gonna get killed. Y'all motherfuckers wanna play my game, then y'all better learn how to say my name.
Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke. Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke.
Yes, look in my eyes, Sharingan user in disguise. Give me an ninja, baby, I'm a pillage. I'm a renegade, so fuck the Leaf Village. Kakashi wanna hate when I roll. I'ma put his one-night ass in a hole. Some motherfuckers just wanna act lame. Fuck around and end up in the fucking black flame.
Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke.
You try to hide, but I see ya. No, you can't fuck with the Uchiha. Hide your daughters, hide your sons, for they get touched by the Sharingan. Somebody's popping pills, throw me a look and she gonna get killed. Y'all motherfuckers wanna play my game, then y'all better learn how to say my name.
Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when a ninja cries. Wanna kill me, then you better get Sasuke Itachi. Mangekyo in the eyes, only see blood when
Hello, I'm back. 20 minutes of the Itachi rap. No. I mean, but would that be so bad? The song is actually a banger. Thank you. I haven't played it on stream in a while. I could have gone my whole life without hearing that. What the fuck? We worked hard on that, so. And not our song originally, though. Shout out to Eddie Rath. Okay, hold on. Okay, so now we'll do an actual BSL break. Have we had people redeem BSL breaks? We have. We have 2. Yeah, that's fine. Do we need more? No, it's fine. It's fine. Because we're not running ads during it anyway. So I'll utilize these ads maybe at the end of the stream or something. Okay, how'd you guys do? So, Telly sent us a sweet little video that had some streaming signs in it. Stream signs. So stream, or if you want to say it's a live stream, you can do live stream or live stream. So you can finger spell it or live stream. And then explained that some of them are directional signs. So it's different if it's coming at me versus away from me. So like this one for existence, for example, is raid. So I could say, thank you for the raid, because the raid happened to me. versus like, we are going to raid so-and-so. Subscriber or subscribe. So subscribe to me or subscribe to you. I find this one very funny because it looks like a little worm. Follow. So follow you or follow me. Emotes. So we have cute emotes. Was that the last one? Was that it? Oh, comments. Comments. So reading the comments. Yeah. ASL and BSL are totally different. So emotes is all fingies. Oh, emote like this. Emote. Nice. Thank you, Telly. Telly Rose in chat helps us with our BSL. And did my hair and is a lovely friend. What are these abbreviations? It is British Sign Language. It is sign language. So I'm learning some sign language. So we practice it during the breaks. I've been trying to teach myself ASL. Yeah, no time like the present. Whew, it is very warm. Yesterday was pretty cold, so I'm surprised that it's so warm now. Can't escape it. I'm ready for fall and winter, dude. I wanted sign language, but I guess I could sing it. I wasn't sure if you wrote sing language on purpose. I'm ready for hoodie season. Yeah, I'm ready for scarves and little red noses and seeing my breath in front of me. I'm ready for all that shit. Let me have one family barbecue, please. Okay, fine. You get one family barbecue, and then I need it to just pour rain for months, please. Yeah, yesterday I was like, Clark, guess what I just realized? And she's like, what? I was like, we get to decorate for Halloween soon. And she was like, oh. I was like, I'm going to start decorating at the end of this month. It's happening. It's fall now, as far as I'm concerned. Clark was like, is it Halloween now? And I was like, no, it's not quite Halloween, but we get to start decorating for Halloween. We can put some little bats on the wall and shit. And she was like, all excited. And then later she was like, Daddy, guess what? It's Halloween now. And he was like, is it? Look, how I decorate my house doesn't affect what the weather is going to do. The weather is going to do whatever it wants to do. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of summer left. I'm just over it. Sam, like, how long did I sleep? Someone in Sam's chat said something similar. He was like, oh no. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't go all out Halloween-y. It's just lots of pumpkins and shit. It's really just fall decorating. I'm excited to decorate for fall because fall's my favorite. It's just my favorite. I just love it. Are you one of those people that puts Christmas decorations up in November? If I cared about Christmas, I probably would. I care about Christmas more now that I have a kid because she really enjoys it, but I didn't grow up with it, so it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Autumn is just the best. It's just very fun. Autumn is great. I haven't seen cinnamon brooms here. I guess I haven't like specifically looked for them, but like in America, I feel like they were always like at the grocery store just chilling. I haven't seen them in England. Bye, Atra. Cinnamon brooms, what's that? They're brooms that are probably a skew on like an actual pagan thing, but at the store you can get brooms that smell incredible. That are just like lovely spicy autumn smells, and you can hang them up and then it makes the whole room smell like that. It sounded like a type of candy. Are they decorative or functional? Decorative. Yeah, they're meant to smell nice. You don't actually sweep with them. It's almost mulled wine season. Yo, that's also true. I made mulled wine once and it was tasty, or at least after one cup of it, I was like, this is pretty good. So. That's what's hard about mulled wine. If you power through a cup, then you're like, this is maybe the best mulled wine I've ever had in my life. But is it? Or are you just one cup of wine in and so it doesn't taste like much anymore? Go to the Christmas markets in Germany sometime, get mulled wine in the snow. Yeah, when we went to that last year, they had like an open market that we went to around like Christmassy time. There wasn't any snow or anything, but it was nice and cold. And I definitely bought some mulled wine, and it was very nice to just drink mulled wine in the cold. Oh my god, I want to go back to Belgium so bad. I miss Belgium. It's one of my favorite places in the world. Bruges, specifically. Soon, TM. When the world opens up, go for it. It's just across the channel, I know. But we're already like, maybe I can convince Sam to do like a trip, just the two of us, to Belgium. Because I was going to say, like, we're already going to be traveling with Clark to go to America, hopefully in November, which will be so nice. Lately, Clark's been asking to, like, call Nana, my mom, every single night. It's been very sweet. She keeps being like, I want to talk to Nana. Can I see Nana? It's so cute. So yesterday, she made her a video that was really sweet, where she was like, hello, Nana. I love you. I want to go on an airplane to you. Good night. Mwah. It was so cute. Oh, she also said come back soon, which was very funny because, like, obviously my mom's never been here. She's like, come back soon, Nana. Adorable. Oh my god, the other thing was Clark put on my necklace, this necklace. So Sam got me this necklace, and it's very cute. I was saying yesterday I want to get a different chain because this just isn't really my style. But it has like 3 rings on it, and they say Sam, Brooke, and Clark. And Clark was looking at it, and she likes picking them up and like trying to see if she can tell which name is which, because you know she's like learning the sounds and letters and stuff, like the building blocks of starting to read. So she can generally tell like which name is which. And she was like, how come there's only 3 of them? And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, how come there's only 3 of them? And I was like, because there's only 3 people in our family, honey. And she was like, can we buy a new one? And I was like, what? And she was like, can we buy another one? I was like, a baby? You want us to go buy a baby? And she was like, yeah, can we buy a baby? So keep in mind, this is a follow-up conversation to us watching a movie where the main character was an orphan. And so she had asked what that was, and I was trying to explain to her what orphans are, what orphanages are, and things like that. And so she was like, we could go to an orphanage and we could buy a new one. We could buy a new baby. I was like, honey, if we decide that we want to add to our family, we'll look into buying a new baby instead of building one. She was like, okay. She seemed satisfied with that. So funny. If that's the easiest way for her to understand the difference, then sure, okay. But now every time we watch something, she asks whether or not the kids have parents, which is very sweet. She's like, do they have parents? Do they have mommies and daddies? And I'm typically like, I don't know, honey, because a lot of TV shows don't show you the parents. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. It's really interesting what kids latch on to. It certainly changes the mood. It's an interest, because again, we're so used to the way that media works with kids' TV shows, which is like either the parents are there all the time, right? Like Peppa Pig, the parents are in every single episode, right? Or the parents are like almost never there and like not involved and never around. So it's very rare for it not to be obvious, if that makes sense. Oh, I got dolled up and I'm headed to a winery with some girlfriends. Have a great day, cat gang. That sounds so fun. Have a blast. I have a friend who before pandemic life, like a huge fan of going to like breweries and like hanging out outside and having a beer and stuff like that. And it always looked so like refreshing and nice. And for some reason recently I've been like, I wonder if she's been able to do that again. I wonder if she started doing that again. That sounds nice. I want to go do that. Speaking of travels, if anyone here happens to go on a trip to Iceland and goes to see the eruption, don't be one of the people who decides walking on the still cooling magma shell is a good idea. Oh my god. That sounds terrifying. I was today years old when I found out you live in England. I do. We moved here like a year and a half ago. Yeah, like why would you play around with lava? Of all the things to ignore signs about, lava? Pfft. Unreal. Years of playing the floor as lava taught us nothing. Oh, sushi. Fuck, I want sushi. Was it good? Was the sushi good? Let me live through you. Was it good sushi? Da, 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 da. It's the living that's hard. Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. Did I tell you guys about what Jeannie got me for my birthday? The timing could not have been worse. Incredible gift with the worst timing ever. So Jeannie is a huge foodie. When she like stopped working for a little while and had saved up enough money that she was fine not working for a little bit, and during that time like she just tried cooking basically anything that she was interested in learning how to cook, and learned so much. So she's really into gifting like food stuff or like cooking sort of things. So for my birthday, she sent, do you remember when we were talking about ramen and how Sam and I have had a hard time like having decent ramen out here, and some of you guys were like, oh, there are these boxes that you can get that are like ramen boxes in the UK and they're delicious. So Jeannie sent not just that, but we'll start with that. So Jeannie sent a one of those like make your own ramen boxes. It showed up on Wednesday, the day that I was vomiting. And I was like, oh no, I'm so excited about this, but oh no, the timing, dude. So inside it had all kinds of things that were like, use this within 2 days. And I was like, no, what am I gonna do? Right? So what I wound up having to do was like anything that was freezer safe, I threw in the freezer, and everything else, like none of the meat and stuff is viable, unfortunately. But because I didn't realize that it was going to go bad so quick. But anyways, so everything that I could, I threw in the freezer. And then the next day, another box showed up that is the like building blocks for 4 different Indian curry meals. And I was like, oh my God. So I messaged her and I was like, Jeannie, these gifts are incredible. We are all vomiting in this house. And she was like, no. I was like, yeah. So fortunately, this thing, which I wish I remembered the name of it, but fortunately this thing, I pulled out the instructions, and there's like a whole section that's like storage. And it was like, we realized that this is too much food. Typically, this is too much food for a person to eat like before it'll go bad. So everything in here is freezer safe. So I was able to just put the like everything in there in the freezer. Thank God. So we've got all of the stuff for the curries in the freezer ready to go. Thank goodness. With the ramen, the like fresh made noodles and the broth are like the most important things, I think. And both of those were put in the freezer in time. So the broth specifically, I was like, as long as we have the broth, I feel like everything else we can get and it'll be fine, you know? But yeah. So I'm really excited to try them, but we're not trying them yet because Sam still is like, his tummy still doesn't feel great. He's got a terrible headache. So I'm like, it's fine. Maybe this date night we'll either make curry or make ramen. Excited. I learned the value of freezers the first time I moved out of home, a handy invention. Do instant coffee and freshly made coffee taste that different? Totally different. They basically taste like completely different drinks, if I'm being totally honest with you. Is the music paused? It is. It has been paused. Thank you for the reminder. There we go. Let me know if that's a good volume level. Since the BSL break, yeah. How did date night evolve during the pandemic? Well, I was already taking Wednesdays off. I had been taking Wednesdays off for quite a while, and at a certain point, Sam and I were talking about the fact that like we never spent any time together, and Sam never had consistent days off. So he finally was like, what if I just always took Wednesdays off with you? And that was like our day to chill, because Clark is at preschool. So during the day we chill, and then after Clark's in bed, we have a date night, whatever we want that to be. So that's what we've been doing for a while now. There have only been a couple of times where there's been a hiccup with it, but overall, we spend every Wednesday together. At the start, we were always cooking. We would always make a meal together and then like watch a thing. We got really lazy with the cooking. It got to a point where we were like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to cook stuff every week together and like have that planned out and do something new and fun and different, right? So I'm actually really excited about these things that Jeannie sent, because I'm like, that's all ready to go. We have everything. That's great. So, but yeah, we tend to watch stuff. I got like board games and things for us to play, but Sam isn't a huge board game person. But we still haven't been able to do the board games for my birthday, which is one of my requests. I said I wanted a picnic, and then I wanted to do board games after the picnic. We did a picnic, but then I realized can't do board games because I have misdemeanor. So then we were like, cool, we'll do board games on Wednesday. And then I was very sick. So now we're like, okay, next Wednesday we'll do board games is the plan. Imagine being a gamer and not a board game guy. I mean, you could say that about anything. Imagine being a gamer and not liking RTS. Like, it, you know, there are so many different ways to game and so many different types of games and genres to like or dislike or just be ambivalent about. Sam tends to like enjoy himself once it gets going, but he doesn't have the gumption to like, he's not excited to play a board game typically, you know? Misdemeanor, like from the law. I'm in a pirate D&D game called Misdemeanor, which is the name of our ship in the game. Is Clark able to play any board games yet? She can. Yeah, she can play things with really simple rules. I got her a set of cards for a memory game. She comes up with completely new rules for it all the time. But she can do memory pretty easily. She can do things where it's like, you know, you're looking for like two of the same number, two of the same pictures. She can do that kind of stuff. And I think probably like a really simplistic sort of board game, if it was literally like roll a dice or roll a die and then like count the number of dots on the die or look at the number on the die and then count that many spaces. She could do something simple like that. But she's been playing with my dice since she was like 1. She loves them. She steals them all the time. There's a whole set of like blue die that she has taken all over the house. And I'll look for them sometimes and be like, where are they? Yeah, it's very cute. No, she's a tower builder. She has been forever. She likes anything that she can stack, she will stack it. She likes trying to stack the dice, which is really interesting because she always chooses a different tactic. She's learned now a D4 can't go anywhere but on the top. But like trying to get, you know, like D6 obviously a very good base, a firm, strong base to put on a tower. But trying to balance, you know, like D8s and D12s and stuff and make it so that the tower doesn't fall over. She will hyper concentrate on that for a really long time. Yeah, Free makes dice. Free makes bags. Free is very crafty. I'm starting to think about doing an all ladies game because I think that my father-in-law is like not as excited to play D&D again, but my mother-in-law is and my sister-in-law is. And when I went to grab coffee with my friend a while back and was explaining the game to her, she was like, that sounds so fun. And now I'm like, should I try to just put together like a big femme game and just like see what happens? My other sister-in-law really wants to play. It could be really fun. I've been playing in an all-ladies game for a year now, and it's great. I think that they would really enjoy it. New Jericho, thank you so much for all the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I would do D&D just because I play a lot of it, so. And it's what my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law have played with us before, so they at least have played it a couple of times now. But I think that they would enjoy the opportunity to like just like hang out and be silly together, you know? Would you do Warhammer? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have a whole lot of interest in Warhammer. I love the minis. And that's it. Sam's mom is defo like a barbarian. Sam's mom wants to play a rogue next. We had a funny conversation where she was like, I just want to be a bit more like roguish. And I was like, do you want to be a rogue? And she was like, oh, is that a thing that I could be? And I was like, yeah, mom, you can be a rogue. So it's very cute. To be fair, most Warhammer players are just into the minis too. The minis are great. Look, I'm sure that the lore is incredible because people wouldn't gush about it so often if it wasn't, but... The minis are hard as hell to build. They're so cool. Warhammer lore is so bullshit that it's good. I don't know what that means, but I like it. It's just over the top. I see. Lore is great, it's just complicated. Aren't we all? Gotcha. Yeah. It seems like one of those things where you could spend a couple of days trying to learn everything and still be missing a lot. Time for me to go to the trial run of wedding hair and makeup. Oh, have fun! Do you think you'll get a set campaign to do with your family game, or will you make one from scratch? I'll use a, I already think I kind of know what I want the story to be, but I'm gonna use like a Forgotten Realms or something, like a setting that already exists, you know? No, we still haven't been to Japan. We wanted to visit Eric's, before he had his baby, but pandemic, so we couldn't. I'm stoked for Misdemeanor tonight. Me too. I've been thinking about it a lot. Have you watched Critical Role? No. I've tried to watch Critical Role and it's so difficult for me to get into it. I know so many people on that show, and they're all lovely, and I'm sure it's amazing once you get into it, but like, it's very hard for me. It is a lot. There's so much to watch. It's so much. Critical Role is the One Piece of D&D shows. People have said that before, yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been in Arcadum games, so. I have watched a lot of Arcadum, yeah. Don't spoil D&D stuff. But yes, I'm very excited for Misdemeanor. Matt Koval's The Chain. I don't think so. Yeah, Adventure Zone was another one that, like, I listened to a little bit at the start and then dropped, and people have said it gets so good later on. Like, at least that first story. They've done multiple different, like, campaigns. But apparently that first story was, like, incredible by the end, apparently. But I never got, like, super into it. And I've heard that all of the other ones that they've done are just kind of like, okay. All of the Dimension 20 stuff that I've watched has been amazing. I've loved all of it. Yeah, StumbleQuest is great. That's what Nick is in, Nichterhorst. Yeah, the games, the DMs that I have are Joe Fudge does Godforged, which is like a standalone game, at least for now. And then Brett Ultimus does all of the IO campaigns, which is another one of those like multiple parallel shows that are all happening in the same world and affect each other sort of things. That's what Misdemeanor is part of. So we're like a found family pirate campaign, but all of the other campaigns are totally different, and some of them are more or less involved with like the, you know, overall plot. We are less involved with the plot, if I'm being totally honest with you. If people are like, what's a show I should watch to really understand what's going on in IO? It is not us. We're not the one to watch, but we've got a lot of heart. Yeah. I was in Arcadum stuff. I'm not currently. I would say, yeah, the Academy games, so Arcane Academy, and then Astral Academy, and then Goblins. Those are probably the ones that have the most like lore. Goblins is just entirely chaos, if that's the sort of show you want to watch. You're the players who have a great personality. Yeah. It's more like we're pirates and we just don't want to get involved with shit. Under IO as well. That's another great one. Yeah, it's called like Radiance now or something like that, if I recall correctly. We've always been called Misdemeanor. We're Misdemeanor from the start, Misdemeanor at the end. But yeah, Brett has a Discord where you can ask any questions that you want about like if there's a certain thing you want to pursue lore wise and you're like, I don't know which campaigns to watch to like find out more about this, people can help you with that. I have an edgy t-shirt. It says Ranger and then it says obey no law but nature. Did you think it said anger? That's actually pretty funny. It's my anger shirt. Or danger. It could be danger. That's true. Hi, Ray Spark. Yeah, doing good. Anger. How do you pick a voice for a campaign? I'm doing a one-shot tomorrow. I feel like if I commit to Cockney, I'm doomed. It depends. If it's a one-shot, I'll probably pick something that I'm not as confident with because I get to try it out. If it's a long-form show, I typically won't choose something that I'm not a bit more comfortable with. Honestly, giving Alis a British accent was like me toeing a line there because I was like, this could go really badly. But I'm actually really glad I did it. Joe messaged me the last episode that we did. Joe messaged me and was like, honestly, I said before that your accent was great. It's getting better, like the more that you do it. Amazing. But yeah, typically if it's gonna be a longer thing, I'll choose something that I'm a bit more confident with. And at this point, I'm in stuff consistently enough that I also try to choose a voice that I haven't used recently. So like the most recent voices that I've done are like Zach was basically just me, but dropping as low as I could comfortably go. Laurel is this, so I don't want to use this out of character anytime soon. Alis is like an English accent. Fabia is me, but like a bit higher register and like a bit more aggressive, you know? So whatever character I do next, I want to do something different. But I think in a one-shot, if you want to just try a thing, it's a one-shot. Just fucking go wild. Have fun. Yeah, that's also true. Test it out a bit before, because there are some voices that I find after I've done them for a little bit, it hurts. And you want to know whether or not that's going to be the case beforehand, you know? Fabia's just usual you most of the time. She's not supposed to be, but maybe Fabia and I blend together. I like to narrate when playing games, and I'll go for voices that really make me suffer in the long run. Yeah. No, none of the D&D stuff that I'm doing currently is on this channel, but you can do !DND and it'll show the games that I'm in currently. Maybe you're becoming Fabia? I was gonna say I wish, but I don't actually want that for myself. Fabia is a mess, and I love it. Yeah, Joe is an incredible DM. I want him to have more eyeballs on him for sure. We all love a hot mess. Fabia's a hot mess for sure. Fabia's my most chaotic character that I've played in a while, and it's been really fun to have a character where I'm like, I think she would just go for it, and I love that. Because, like, Zach was so careful. Zach was such a careful character and still got into shit. Moral is a non-combatant, so Moral hasn't really done anything. Alis is also, like, fairly careful and is a kid. So Fabia is kind of a palate cleanser for me. Fabia is just like, I'm an adult-ass woman, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, and that's really fun. Fabia's Godforged, yeah. Zach sounds like a reasonable dude. God, you'd think. Poor Zach. Alis has a tude, but isn't... Alis is down to argue with just about anybody. So I like that aspect of role playing as Alis, but he's not gonna do things that his brain tells him are dangerous, right? Fabia starts the shit, Zach and Alis get dragged into the shit. Yes. I haven't. No, I didn't know that Gambler Black got a theme. Did Kelly make it? No, Kelly didn't make it. Interesting. I love Zach. He's the king of I'm tired of this shit. Yeah. You won't be able to link it in chat. It'll get but you can put it in our Discord. I would love to do a Zach cameo. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, I think at the end of Shadow of Tyr, because I guested on Shadow of Tyr for the last couple of episodes, as Zach, and Arcadum did a thing where he went through all of the characters and was like, okay, so this is what your alignment, what you wanted your alignment to be at the start. This is what I think you are now. And with Zach, he said something like, Zach is consistent, true neutral, and tired of everybody's shit. And I was like, yeah, that's meant to be his vibe. I'm glad that got across. Whew. It's starting to get warm. I think I'm gonna wrap up, guys. We did a little bit longer than usual. So that's nice. Where is beep beep? There it is. We had a few Valentines. King's Warrior said, I wanted to let each of you know I'm so happy you're here, not just in chat, but here in general. Life is hard. Seems to sometimes be one trial after another, and it's easy to just stop trying or to just give up. It's easy to let the discouragement get to us, but you've kept going against difficult, if not impossible odds. You've overcome so much. You've won battle after battle. You're amazing and a rare treasure. So thank you for making it through and for being here. I'm amazed and inspired by you. Sending hugs and love today and always. King's Warrior always with the super sweet messages to chat. Thank you, King's Warrior. Thundergrub says this Valentine goes to Lamia for being too cool for me. Their lovely art of our D&D characters being sleepy cuties. I saw that on Twitter earlier. It's very cute. And a hug for Chewbacca. We both needed to cry laugh today. Reading Hamlet in silly accents together was just the thing. Derping Dave says, good morning, everyone. And, and King's Warrior asked about Japan. Thank you, everybody. Let's see if Zanby is still streaming. Yes. Rocking the cello. Hell yeah. Y'all want to go watch a music stream? I'm going to read off the activity feed and then I'll send you over to them. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. Again, in quite a few hours, let's see. It's, we'll round up and say it's like 4-ish right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in like 5-ish hours, a little over 5 hours, we'll be doing Found Family Pirates. We'll be doing Misdemeanor on Brett Ultimus's channel. So if you've enjoyed listening about, hearing about D&D stuff and you want to watch that or try it out, feel free. That would be amazing. Caddis, thank you for the 32 months. Gradberg for the 42. Court and Justice for the biddies. Chrissy WF for the 79. Upside Down Pedestrian for the 3. Grimsteel Reaper for the 53. And Grimsteel Reaper, thank you so much for the gifted subs. Pete Repeaty, thank you for the 4. Tana O'Neill for the 33. Indigian for, or Ingideon, sorry, for the 13. Andy Thompson for the 5. Weird Uncle Jay for the gifted sub. Frankie Steen for the 18. Weirwood for the 34. Mara's Muse for the 6. Torgrick for the 58. Yin Yane for the 43. Early Winter for the 44. Photon Rain for the 7. Contorora, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Xander Prime, thank you for the 30. Marsters for the 61. Contact Center Girl, thank you for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. I appreciate it very much. Riker, thank you for the 52. Jossum and Chris, thank you very much for all the gifted subs. Dor Lucas for the 52. My head is really big for the 54. Sinvicta for the 14. Grit Fox for the 51. Zakuria for the 23. Collini for the 10. Tony Spade for the biddies. Code Xander for the 2. Last Firefight for the 7. Turk Bean or Took Bean for the 4. Peripheral and Suchi, thank you very much for the gifted subs, guys. Kira for the 20. Kerrigan, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you, thank you. Shiren, thank you for the 70. I am Manfred for the 71. Weapon for the 10. Lord Sovereign for the 9. Happy Twitch baby. Drewy for the 6. Melchown Waifu for the 9. Rick H for the 38. New Jericho for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Loey for the 43. Baby Bird's Nest for the 13. Erwinga for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much. And Arnar, thank you for the gifted subs right at the end here. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you all so much. If you were gifted a sub, again, take the time to say thank you. Find out who it was. You can find out there's like a little thingy that you can boop in the corner. Not this, but like on your own page that tells you everything that's happened to your account, including if somebody has gifted you a sub. So yeah, on Tuesday, our teas are relaunching in the Dodger Coffee store. So we will be doing a tea launch stream on Tuesday. So definitely tune into that. But otherwise, next like normal stream that I'll be doing is on Monday, because everything else that I'm doing is gonna be D&D stuff and hanging out with my family. So I appreciate you all very much. You're lovely. Thank you, thank you. Let's send you over to Zanby. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.